In this video, we'll talk you through how to approach Edexcel English Language, Paper 1, Question 3. This question is worth 6 marks and asks you to analyse a small section of the text. Remember, before you even get to the exam room, it's a really good idea to revise which assessment objective each question examines, so you know how best to answer. Paper 1, Question 3 assesses AO2, which is your ability to analyse how the writer uses language and structure to achieve effects and influence the reader. This is quite a complex skill. It requires you to look in detail at word choices, devices, and the organisation of writing in order to explain the impact they have on a reader. So let's have a look at how you'd approach this type of question. The first step is always to read the question. In this case, it's, in lines 14 to 21, how does the writer use language and structure to show the narrator's feelings about Igor? So to make it easy to stay on track, it's a good idea to circle or highlight the lines in the text you're asked to concentrate on. You might find it useful to box off that section of the text too, so it's really clear what you're working with. Also, you should underline or highlight the focus of the information you're after. In this case, this is the narrator's feelings about Igor. Remember, for question 3, you need to write about both language and structure. So as part of your revision, it's worthwhile thinking about which devices count as language and which ones can be considered structural techniques. To make sure your answer has the chance to move into the top levels, you must discuss the effect these techniques and language choices have on the reader, and keep your answer focused on the question. To answer this question properly and make your response clear, you first need to think about what the main thoughts and feelings being shown by the narrator actually are. For example, if the text says, "Igor's eyes settled on me like a shroud, and I fought to contain the trembles of fear that had threatened to possess me since I'd crossed the threshold." Well, it's pretty obvious that the narrator feels frightened, so that should be part of your answer. This means you could begin your answer with a sentence like, "The writer clearly shows that the narrator is frightened through the use of." By doing this, you're already hinting at an effect that you've identified. This is so much more effective than writing, "The writer shows the narrator's thoughts and feelings through language and structure." There's nothing specific there to show that you've made a valid interpretation of the text. Some people can get a bit muddled when analysing the sentence structure used in 19th century texts. Texts written in this time period often used very long sentences with lots of commas. We call these multi-clausal sentences. It's important to correctly identify why the multi-clausal sentences are being used. Is it to show excitement, to speed up the text, to slow it down, to drag key moments out, or something else entirely? A multi-clausal sentence is capable of doing many things, so make sure that you've correctly identified the purpose of its use in your particular extract. It might be worthwhile looking at other sentence types in the extract, such as exclamatory sentences, to see if that gives you a clue. Exclamation marks could show excitement or anger, for example. OK, we'll leave it there. To sum up what we've covered, to be successful on Edexcel Paper 1, Question 3, you need to analyse language and structure, talk about the effect on the reader, and make sure you stay focused on the question. It'd be worth practicing what we've just walked through with an actual exam paper, so you can see how it works and try it out for yourself. Why not use the Edexcel style paper that's attached to the pod? Good luck!